Finally, football fans, the deal for the Nigerian striker Victor James Osimhen, seeing him move from Italian Serie A champions Napoli to join Turkish Super League champions Galatasaray has now been done, has now been completed. We've got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano and also had confirmation from other outlets as well. So the deal is reported to be worth 80 million euros, with 75 million euros representing the, initial buyout or release clause, and then an additional 5 million euros in add-ons. And it won't be Napoli if a crazy weird clause was not inserted in this deal. Now you have a restrictive clause that has been set in the deal, so that's 2-year restriction where Galatasaray will be unable to, sell to Serie A clubs. So 2020, come the end of 2025-2026 season, no matter how well it performs, no matter whatever cash that may be stumped up by Juventus, for instance, or Inter Milan, for instance, and Galatasaray won't be able to sell him. And then even come the end of the 2026-2027 season, Galatasaray won't be able to still sell Victor Osimhen to an Italian Serie A club. So, crazy clause. I don't think that can really stand up in court. Let's say you go to the court of arbitration for sports. I don't think that will stand there because it represents a restriction to trade and commerce. So, but there you go. There you have that sort of clause inserted in the contract, and there you have it. And now, so for me, happy that the deal is done. He can go to Galatasaray right now, have his head on his shoulders firmly. He can now see that he knows where he's going to. Doesn't have to think about how do I deal with my future. Am I still playing for Napoli? What do I do? Now that's setting, he'll be playing for Galatasaray going into the next season, and hopefully he can replicate his form, the form he had last season for them. Coming out with the 37 goal contributions in 41 games. That's absolutely crazy stats in my opinion. I know what you all think about that, but very, very good news for me, because like I said, from a Nigerian perspective, you want him in the right state of mind, coming into AFCON season, coming to World qualifying season, and if all things work out the way Nigerian fans want, the way Nigerian Super Eagles fans want, which is to qualify for the World Cup, then he will also be coming to the World Cup with his mind in the right place. Now, what does this mean for Napoli? Napoli, well, they've got the money that they want, a bit more than the release clause. And then as well, they have Lukaku already in the building, so he's going to be the number one striker. He's going to be the obvious choice. Of course, that's good for them. And I think at best at this point, it's best for both clubs to come into an amicable sort of agreement. Amicable may be a strong word to use given how things sort of had, deteriorated between parties. So fair play. And then for Premier League club, does this mean? Oh, it means that clubs like Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United have missed out on a top player. I was thinking to myself, why hasn't Manchester United even thought about going for Victor Osimhen, given that they need to sign a striker? It doesn't quite seem that they'll be able to get a Gyökeres. I don't know. Earlier on in the season, I was thinking Chelsea would make a move for Victor Osimhen, because I felt like the whole thing was qualify for Champions League, get that Champions League spot sealed up, and then you go for an experienced striker. But obviously, sporting directors were not looking in his direction. Also about the likes of Juventus as well, Liverpool as well, saying that they're willing to really stomp up the cash and pay crazy wages as well. So I think Victor Osimhen, experienced performer all over Europe, got pace, got power, can bring leadership to the team. But obviously, they're looking in a different direction. So he goes to Galatasaray, a place that the fans already know him, that the fans are already in love with him. They already know what he's about. The coach already knows what his game is about. So just like Ademola Lookman, he isn't having to reacclimatize. So the moment he goes there, he'll hit the ground running, and things will work out smoothly for him. Now, the one advice I want to give to Victor Osimhen, if he would listen to any advice I have to give, is this: Now you may feel like Galatasaray are in love with you. They like you. You are, the flavor of the season right now for them. They really like you, and you may feel a sense of loyalty to them. Now, my friend, now my Nigerian brother, listen. When you're going into that contract, to agree personal terms, get your lawyers with you and sign something that favors you. No crazy release clauses. You may have in the back of your mind right now that, oh, I want to remain at Galatasaray forever. Oh, they show me so much care, so much love, stomping up the cash when other clubs wouldn't, to get me, that's speaking as Victor Osimhen right now, to get me to play for them, and offer me this 60 million euros a year salary. That's just a crazy amount, but that's what I've been looking for. So good for me. But things can turn on its head. You could get an offer from a Premier League club, maybe Chelsea, maybe who knows, and then you really want to go. And if you have a crazy release clause, you're then stuck in the same place that you found yourself with Napoli. So you don't want that as well. You may perform so well, which is not a stretch to say Victor Osimhen can score 60 goals in all competitions for Galatasaray next season. And like Real Madrid may come in to say, okay, we are going to have Mbappe play out wide left because that's where he wants to play anyway, and then have you play as a prototypical striker through the middle. And if you have a crazy buyout clause, you're not going anywhere. So you don't want to be stuck in this sort of situation again. So that's my advice to Victor Osimhen. But happy that the deal is done, so he can get on with his career and do what he knows how to do best, which is smash the ball into the back of the net. And so he comes in prime form, coming into World Cup qualifiers, coming into the AFCON, and hopefully coming to the World Cup. So let me know what your opinions are in the chats, in the comments about Victor Osimhen. Do you think your club has missed a trick? Arsenal fans, do you think Chelsea, have missed a trick? Do you think Manchester United should have signed him? Thoughts and opinions, let me know. And Nigerian football fans out there, fans of Nigerian Super Eagles, what are your thoughts and opinions on this move? Are you happy with his move to Galatasaray, or you would have preferred him go to a different club? And what do you think this would mean for him coming into the serious games that Nigeria have? Indeed, we would have to play if we want to qualify for the World Cup, and if we want to go far, possibly win the AFCON. Let me know those opinions in the comment section, and I'll see you on yet another video. So stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.